All right, TM has started recording. Welcome everybody to the Mystical Creatures Town Hall. My name is Avalon Crystal. I am the COO of Mystical Creatures, the manager. Um, Most of you guys know who I am, but up here with me today, in case you don't know who's here with me today, we have Miss Josephine Cooperstone, who is the owner of Mystical Creatures. We have Mr. TM Sauce Luminos. He is one of our scripters. Next to TM, we have Chronic Stonage, who is one of our amazing designers. And next to Chronic, we have Lecture Lock. He is another one of our scripters. It's not the whole team, but we're missing, I think, Bucket and Umbra. So they are here to help me answer any questions that you may have. The way this works is normally we have a town hall meeting the last Friday of every month at 1 p.m. So mark your calendars. We like to come talk to you guys. We like to hear from you guys, get some feedback, let you know things that we're working on, what we got coming up, and things like that. So what I normally do is I have my list of announcements that I want to get through and things I want to talk to you guys about. And once I'm done with those, we kind of just open it up so that we can talk about anything that you guys want to talk about. If you're having a problem, suggestion, a praise, a complaint, we take them all. Um, so all I ask is that we be respectful. I'll be respectful to you, and you be respectful to me, and we'll be all good. So like I said, it's been a little while since our last Mystical Creatures Town Hall. We did have a legendary edition Glacial Keeper since we last got together. What did you guys think of that Glacial Keeper legendary edition? Give me some feedback on that. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you not so sure? Did you buy too many? Did you not buy enough? Did you get something new? Did you not get something new? Um, and as you know, this Glacial Keeper was hiding our seventh trait, and that was the Bengal. Yeah, the Bengal. So we can now have seven trait dragons. And if you're new and you're like, what the hell is Ava talking about? Seven trait dragons? Well, before the Glacial Keeper came out, this was how many different traits, non-starter traits you could have on a dragon. And now the seventh one is out, that Bengal. So we all can make 7T dragons. And I've seen a lot of you guys already doing some really cool things with the Bengal. Um, I'm putting them on some amazing combinations and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. Now, I know that you guys were having questions about the Bengal. Will it always be this shape? Will it be how is it going to be different if we get another new Bengal? So, I can tell you guys that the Bengal can change. It could be a different color, it could be a different shape, it could be like an armor cuff, it could be like fur. I mean, we can do all kinds of stuff with that. So, if you don't particularly love the glacial Bengal, I don't want you guys to be upset because you might love the next one, right? You might love the next one. So don't count it off just yet. I know that watching the group and things like that, it wasn't everybody's favorite. So just be patient. The next one might be your favorite, right? So another thing that I want to talk about is anybody working on a dragon for the Cupid's Cutie contest? Yeah, Fire Bengal, possibly. All right. So I want to tell everybody about this. I continually throughout the year we do a couple different contests, and the contest is you breed certain combinations of traits together to get that dragon that you think is absolutely stunning. And then when the contest comes to an end, you register your dragon, and I will give you instructions on how all that works. And then we pick some winners, right? Try to do like top three and maybe an honorable mention. And the winner always gets a really cool prize. So the contest that we currently have going on is called the Cupid's Cutie Contest. And I wanted to paste the rules of this contest to you guys. So it has to be 6 non starter traits and each trait must be red, pink, black, or white. So you have to breed this. You can't just go out to an auction and buy a dragon that fits these qualifications and turn it in, because I do check, and the egg had to be dropped between 10:31 and 2/6. And if you drop your dragon on the 6th of February, you need to birth that baby, because they're going to need to be full grown to participate in the judging event, right? Because we know that dragons don't get all of their pieces parts, right? They have that baby horn, and then they don't get their other horn or their ornament until they're older. So it is okay if yours is not full grown by the 8th, but it definitely needs to be birthed on the 6th. So usually I let registration run a couple days. So it'll be full grown by the time we go to the voting process. Now, I've done all kinds of different voting. I've done where the community can vote. I've done where only the staff votes. I've done anonymous judges. I try to change it up because I know a lot of people feel really strongly about it becomes a popularity contest. And I don't want our contests to be like that. I really want them to be people who put in the work and made an amazing dragon, gets praise for their hard work. So, hey Minx, um, so you have one more week to drop that dragon. Okay. I also want to let everybody know there's a couple different ways that you can get help if you need help with your dragons. First of all, we have lots of helpful videos on our YouTube. If you have not watched those YouTube videos, please take a moment to do so. I cover everything from birthing a dragon to battling with a dragon to crafting. Everything is covered on the YouTube. So check those out. Also, if you feel like you're missing notices in World, because I know if you're like me and you're allowed to have like 200 groups or something crazy, it's easy to miss a notice. Go ahead and like us on Facebook if you have not already, because every notice that I post in World, for connections and things like that, I also post them on Facebook. So be sure that you like us on Facebook. We also have a Discord. If I know a lot of people like Discord and use Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord server, please do so. Yeah, and I try to post all those notices in Discord as well. And you get those. I mean, Discord's on my phone. I mean, it's everywhere, right? So, um, if you like I said, we were talking about how you can get help. So the manual and the handler's guide and everything you need is also on our wiki. So now you've got our wiki, you've got our Discord, you've got our YouTube. If you don't have the Mystical Creatures main website saved, which every connection is posted to that, so that's a great way to get information. I know a lot of breeders, like when they come in and they start messing with their dragons every day, they just take a look at our website, see if there's anything new, anything going on. So these are all just different ways that you can, or different tools that you can use to get information. Now, if you have a problem, you can file a ticket on our website. You can, if you have a problem even getting to the ticket, you can message me. You can go in the group. We have some moderators. Lots of different ways that you guys can get help. I don't want anyone to ever feel like, oh man, my dragon's doing this and I don't know who to go to or who to ask. So please don't be afraid to reach out. We love to hear from you. I say this all the time. The more feedback we get from you guys, the better we can become, right? Because it's when I don't get any feedback that I'm like, oh, well, that must be okay. Nobody said, hey, Ava, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that. So I really rely on you guys. And I say this all the time too. We don't always have to agree, but we're going to be respectful of one another, right? So it's okay if your opinion's a little bit different. I'm always willing to listen. So, with all that being said, does everybody feel comfortable they know what to do if they have a problem? Or and we know how to if we met a new breeder, we would know where to send them to if they had a problem. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I feel like maybe because I'm a little bit older, I like Facebook. I think the thing is like Instagram probably. I don't know, but yeah, we love hearing from you guys. So let me see what else I have on my list here. Okay. So let's just open it up and let's talk about what you guys want to talk about. Anybody having any problems? Anybody have any suggestions? Anybody have anything they want to share? Tell me. You can mic up, you can type, you can do whatever you feel comfortable with. But I'd really, really love to hear what you guys have. Oh, a script error. What is the script error that you're getting?
I was resin yesterday and day before just two random dragons what I were bringing from one sim to another that were absolutely fine. And when I were clicking them, they were fine as well. But the little arrow, the little warning sign came up saying script error. Do you know, with the little red text that comes up on the Firestorm box?
And do you know what that error said?
It was no, I didn't take a picture of it. But if it happens again, I'll let you know. But I found it a bit strange because it's never done that before. But the last couple of days, it's done it with two dragons now, when I've been re-resin. But after a couple of re-reses, it then stopped.
Interesting. Yeah. If that happens again, I just need to know what the error message is so I can take it to the
Okay.
scripters and they can
No, two
take a look.
different dragons. But I'll let you know, Ava, as well. I'll send you a
Okay.
picture.
Okay, thank you. There's been chatter about the Citra having another trait other than the leafage to drop. Is that a thing, or should I disregard the chatter? Disregard. I have not seen. Wait. Anybody seen a Citra anything? Let me take a look here. Let me check something before I open my mouth. Citra ornament is there. I have seen the Citra leafage. I can say that. Oh, okay. Hang on. Okay, somebody has gotten what comes from those. But if they haven't shared it, I'm not going to blow it out of the water. So I can tell you somebody's gotten it. All right. They are two challenges. Yes. Who is that, Psycho? Is there or will there be any consideration to making the dragons transformable from Animesh to Prim and back, like some of the newer breedables that have come out? No, RJ. The the amount of work we put into the dragons just to make the Animesh ones, to go back and downgrade the technology to go back to a Sculpey, that's not something we want to take the time to even do. We would rather spend time moving forward. Yeah. There's a lot of things on the dragons that I don't think would be the same if they weren't Animesh. Oh, no, okay. I'm fairly new and I find myself wishing y'all had little classes, kind of like the amaretto horses and the birds. We do have classes and they're posted on YouTube. I have class 1 and 2, and I think I have 2 more classes that I need to post. But check out the YouTube videos because I do have classes that I was giving in Worlds, and people were the times, people get off work, people can't be on till the weekends, things like that. So I started putting them on YouTube. All right. But yeah, I always like if you're reading those connections, I try to always put great information that you guys need in the connection, helpful hints, tips on breeding, how things are working, things like that. So, sure, Destiny. I have a question. How many of you guys, this is the first mystical town hall that you came? Okay. Awesome. We're so glad to have you guys. Welcome. You would like or love for y'all to make a creation of a wedding dragon because you think it would be cool to incorporate it into a wedding. Okay. I will add that to our suggestion pot, guys. And when I tell you guys to please submit those great ideas that you have, there's a lot of times where we take, we pull suggestions right off of the website. If there is a forum where you can put the next trait you want to see, um, there's a lot of times that we use your trait suggestions. So if you formally want to put it down, you can make a post on what trait you'd like to see next. All right, let me see what Sloth said here. The reason I read the question back is because for the recording, it can be really hard to read the small text, so I just like to repeat it. Could we get a few dragon models at the Dragon Home and at the official marketplaces that are blank dragon with a HUD that will allow people to create the dragon they want to work towards without having to search for what a trait looks like and try to picture it in their mind they want to make. So if I want a Baronstone OP trait on my dragon, I can find the spike and see what it actually looks like. Now I'm upset I wasted so much time on something that I couldn't picture correctly. They wouldn't be tradable. They would just be a blank dragon that could be used with a HUD. Um, you think it'll actually make more people breed if they can design the dragon in world to see what it's going to look like? I think that's a great suggestion, Sloth. Um, and I will put that on the list. You would like us to create a rarity checker so we can know which dragons are rare and know how to price it. Okay? You're getting married and you're putting one of your dragons included in your wedding. How cute. If you want a voice, you certainly can.
Me?
Yes.
So the rarity check is like maybe like when the dragon transform, like does the first, initial transform, and it's part of like the initial like role play, like because for someone like me who's just starting again and breeding, I don't know what dragon is rare. I don't know for me, I'm just looking at the market, I'm like, okay, that could be rare. But for somebody, they might think, oh, that's not rare, that's just the usual dragon. And the pricing might be different. Like for instance, I have a dragon that I think is worth maybe 5K, but when someone look at it, we're like, oh, that's worth 2K. It's nothing. So it's like maybe like a rarity checker that when the dragon transform, you can be like, okay, this dragon has all these features. The rarity checker is maybe 20 or 30% rare. due to all these features that he has. That way, people can know the trade and how to price when they're selling it or when they auction it.
Okay. Um, I know since we've been open, we don't tell you, hey, there's 26,000 Fruzies on the grid, for example. But I will add that to the suggestion list and we'll certainly talk about it. Um, is there any way we can slow the rate the dragons eat? You're going to claim yours on your real life taxes. Let me ask you a question. Does anybody know how fast a dragon eats specifically? All right, Derby, what you got? How fast does a dragon eat? We're just talking about one dragon. Not that anybody just has one, but one food lasts one dragon 1 month, so approximately 4 weeks. One food costs 200 lindens, right? So if we did the math on that and divided that by 4, 50 lindens a week for one dragon. Now, those of you who have 200 dragons, you need to multiply that times 200. That's a week. If you don't wake them up, they sleep. Well, the dragon will eventually sleep. And even though your dragon does not eat when it sleeps, its hunger will increase. And then when it wakes up, it will make up for that hunger. So, yeah. So if we were talking 50 lindens a week, how many dragons you guys have, then you can kind of do the math on that. And then yeah, 200 lindens for one dragon for a month. I don't think that is too bad. We do check our prices against other breedables and other new breedables coming out, and affordability is, I think, in our favor. 200 lindens isn't even $1. I think it's right now, it's like 265 lindens equals $1. I think I would have to look on Second Life's website, but not even $1. Yeah, if you have 200, that's $200. So that's why I see a lot of people in the community. I hear auctioneers say it all the time. Don't birth more than you want to feed, right? That's kind of an ongoing theme that a lot of people have talked about. And when I have more than food disappears faster. So what I want to ask, or what are the new features you guys are thinking of? New features. Well, right now we are not currently working on a Dragon update daily at this time. What normally happens is we collect feedback from you guys, any errors, any things we want to change, any things we want to tweak. We get all those together and then we release an update. So if you have an idea for a new feature, I would love to hear it.
Can I make another suggestion?
Of course.
Sorry. I think maybe you guys should come up with an ascension potion. It's not everybody that wants to, dig and, like for me, I have, because I used to play a while back, then I stopped. I have 5 dragons that are over 1,000, like in age. And for me to ascend them, I need like 500, and that's gonna take forever. So, maybe like creating an ascension potion well, if you ascend them, they can, disappear like, thin air, because at the same time, I don't want to cluster my inventory and keep them as pet. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like when you use the Ascension Potion, it can give you an option. Do you want to keep as pet? If you say yes, then it becomes, what it is now. If you say no, then it can disappear, just like how the amplifier naturally disappears. Just like a way to say, okay, this dragon has entered the dragon realm and is longer available. But I think an essential potion would be useful just to ascend them, because I don't know how my dragons there. I just in my inventory, I can't do nothing with it.
I don't understand that suggestion. You can ascend your dragon now. You can send it away and get points for it.
Oh, without the ascension points?
Yes, you can click your dragon, click ascend, your dragon will disappear and you'll get points.
Okay.
Is that what you
I
mean?
didn't know. Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't know. I didn't know because last time I thought it was you need. It shows me that you need about 150 ascension points to just ascend a dragon.
No, no, no. You can send any dragon to ascension as long as it's healthy. And then, and we also do have a potion to make it a pet. So if it was your favorite dragon and you wanted to keep it as a pet and you didn't want it to eat anymore, you could buy that potion and then it turns your dragon into a pet where it doesn't eat and it'll never turn to stone. Yeah, so once your dragon is 100 days, you can ascend it. Yeah. All right.
I think because it could be my is it on? Okay, what if you have a dragon that was from the previous one, from when you guys started?
You can
Because I
ascend
think
those.
you can. Okay,
Yeah.
they're not in stone.
Yeah, as long as they're not stone, you can ascend them. Now, if you had a bunch of dragons that you bred a year ago and they're, 900 days old and they're all stone, I would say pick up some arid food, which is the pet food, set them to that, let them eat for 3 days, and then you can ascend them all. And that won't cost you very much money. To buy pet food is 149 lindens. Yeah. You're kind of interested in dragon battling and digging. Well, no, I have some good news for you at the when we get closer to the end of the meeting. You can actually practice battle with a practice arena, which you can get from the where you get the HUD. There's a practice arena. You can go to any official sim and say your best friend breeds dragons. You guys can do official battles at any official arena. There are several different locations that have those. So, and from time to time, I try to do some like battle royales where I try to get everybody to come out and we all just kind of go against each other and things like that. So, yeah, yeah, keep your eye out for those. You would love to see crystal horns and ornaments as a passable trait, please. I love crystal. That's like the mother of pearl, that iridescence. I love those. I know you guys really like mother of pearl. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely think you guys are going to get some more of that kind of stuff. You're sad that the glacial keeper didn't pass its skin. Is that what you mean? The ornament and the horn? Oh, the shape, not the pigment. You guys like the shape of the horn and the ornament. Well, the good news is that we have gotten several different ornaments and horns. Like, how many of you guys are loving that imperial horn? I love that imperial horn. I don't know why, but I love I love that horn. So you guys are definitely going to see some more. Yeah, you're definitely going to see some more horns and ornaments as we move forward. Will there be any more sanguine traits to come out? You never know, Sonny. You never know. Like we just had that citra leafage that came out down the road. We could have a sanguine leafage. You don't know, right? It's a surprise. You like the Flame Seeker, OP? You would like to suggest a seasonal themed dragon LE, maybe spring, summer, autumn, and winter? Nice suggestion, Kitten. I will add that to the list. Anybody having issues with their dragons eating or breeding?
My dragons been giving out a lot of females. Like we've been just getting females, and then we got two today. Like, is that something that it does normally? Because we've we've breeded about maybe like 6 or 7, and they've come out all the time as females.
Yeah, so at the time that the egg is dropped is when the traits are decided, and that does include the sex of the egg. So there will be more females to males because why? Because male drakes have 3 genomes, so you can put one drake with 3 females, right? So females are a little more common than males. Just the fact that they do eat and drink, but no. Okay. You had one that was yellow a few days ago, but you rezzed more breedable food crystals near it and it seemed to clear up. So the biggest problem that I see is with the range of the dragon, right? And there's all kinds of different things that you can do to complicate the situation. Now, if I res out a dragon with a default setting on it, it's got a 10-meter range. So that means that my food, my wellspring, the other mate of the dragon all has to be within 10 meters. Now, lots of people I've seen recently are changing their range to be like 2 meters. Well, the dragons are so big that if you have adjusted the range lower than 10 meters, um, it could be that your dragon is not, the food is not within range of your dragon. I've done several connections on that specifically, but let me link that. How many of you guys use the DEM to breed? Okay, because I've noticed that if you have a DEM out and you want to make sure that your settings are set on your DEM before you do this, but if you have a DEM out and you move your dragons around, hitting activate and just resetting the home from your dragons is a good idea. Because here's the thing, if you move your dragon in edit mode, if my dragon is sitting there, I just right click and edit and drag it to a different home, I have to reset its home. And most people don't do that. So if you're going to move your dragons like that, be sure you have a DEM and you're resetting the home. But I would really encourage people that if you're going to move your dragon, pick it up and res it back out. Because when you res it back out, it resets the home. Okay. Let me find that. One pod you had dropping more boys. You were asking them for a girl. I completely understand. All right, so here's something I want you to read about the range if you haven't. I hope you can create an infinity eye, white eyes with the white skin and the shadowing of the white and silver hearts. Could you make one just like that, please? I will put that on the suggestion list. Add a particle range display that can be toggled on and off with the food. Yeah, okay, that's a great suggestion. No, I'll put that down. Yeah, I would never put my dragon's range less than 10 meters. That's my default is 10. All right. Can you ask when the next elemental event is going to happen? You've been waiting. I don't know, Psycho. You never know. An option to turn on and off text on all dragons on the sim. All right, Sloth. I will Add that to the suggestion list as well. Let me see here. Yeah, you can do that with the DEM though, Sloth. You text off is an option. And I think that you can set, yeah, you can turn it back on. Yeah, you can turn it on and off. And you can set your nexus to control your eggs, like if you wanted text off on your eggs. Yeah. Your hatch settings. Eros is having problems with the unit. Okay. Did you see the connection I just posted for that not too
Yeah, I
long ago?
did. What it is they'll work, and then like the other day I went in and both females were at 100, and the male had 3 genomes, but nothing was birthing, and I had to reset my Unity crystal, and then all of a sudden the egg showed up.
Yeah, so it sounds to me like maybe the male got removed from the union crystal. If you re-res the dragon, it can remove it from your union crystal. I just did a connection too about ways you can breed without ever having to use the union crystal.
Oh, I have them all over the place. They work great. It's just like I said, I just noticed recently I've been having every couple pairs that happened to. I had to reset and then relist them on there, and then all of a sudden, boom, there were the eggs.
Yeah, so it sounds to me like maybe the male got removed and wasn't breeding with the females because they were on, but he wasn't.
Okay, I'll just have to watch for that then.
Yeah.
It's no biggie. It's just something like it was weird. Like they had never had a problem, then all of a sudden, boom, there it was.
Yeah, but you did exactly the right thing. Re-res the dragon, reset the Nexus crystal, and solved your issue.
Yep.
The DEM is the Dragon Environmental Manipulator. Correct. No. Yeah, try it again, Sloth. Any other questions, suggestions? Well, I was thinking that you guys might be ready for some new challenges, but it sounds like you guys still have one challenge that nobody's found or not on the mass scale yet. So, there will be new challenges though. Yeah, so maybe yeah, somebody's gotten it, but I'm not going to blow them out of the water. They may be hiding it. So, that's why I always say I can't tell you. But I just did. Yeah, I just checked and somebody does have it. They may not even know they have it, right? Because they may just not even pay attention. A dragon that blows bubbles. You know, each dragon, each LE anyways, has a different fire breath. So they breed different things. All right. Breedable fires. That would be cool. Like this is an acid breathing dragon, and that's a trait kind of thing. Yeah. I'd go for that. The 8th trait. Oh, I remember Spyro the Dragon. Yeah. Oh, like it just passes on occasionally, randomly at times. Okay. All right. So does anybody have anything else they want to ask, or do you guys want to hear my big announcement? Time for the announcement. Okay. So somebody was just asking about this. My big announcement is, drum roll please, we are going to start next week the Water Festival. So we did Fire Festival. Now, some of you guys are new, so you have no idea what I'm talking about and no idea what a festival is. Let me explain. So this will be, we had a fire festival previously, and what happens during the festival is a lot of different things. So um, when you dig on your dragon digs up resources. You can take those resources, you can craft certain items that you find blueprints for, also found digging. So it's free to dig. You can dig anywhere, anytime. Just wear your dragon, watch the YouTube video on how to dig. So during the water festival, there will be a very specific resource that if you have, you can find while digging. You collect these resources and you're going to be able to turn them in. Now, this is all completely free. We don't charge anything, it doesn't cost anything to do this. So you turn these resources in, and at the end of a time period, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, maybe 9 days, whatever it may be, we close that stage of the festival, and the top 3, top 5, whatever we choose, get special prizes. All right. So you want to participate in every stage because every stage can have a different winner. We reset the board. So say for the first 2 weeks, Sloth turns in the most of the resources. He's the top winner of that stage. He gets a special prize. Stage 2 opens up. Everybody's on the same playing field. So now maybe during stage 2, maybe Minx finds the most. So she's the winner of stage 2. And then we'll start stage 3. And maybe Dre finds the most during stage 3. So Dre, and then there will be an overall winner of the festival who will get a very, very special prize. So basically, you dig to find resources. You can also battle and find resources. You turn in those resources for prizes. If you're a top winner of the festival, you're going to get a very special prize. Something else that we did in the last Fire Festival, which I believe we'll do again for the water, is double ascension points for water element skin eggs and dragons that you send to ascension. Okay. So that is all going to start next week. So next week, the information will come out about the resource you need to find, where you're going to turn them in. But here's the thing, guys. Last time at the Fire Festival, if breeders had X amount of the resource that they turned in, what did you guys get? Does anybody remember? A Fire Festival dragon that we gave to you guys for free. So it's like a free legendary edition. So don't sleep on this. And even if you've never dug before, you don't have any idea how it works, this is your time to learn so that you can participate because there will be prizes. Will there be something obtainable from turning in resources besides the big prize? Yeah. Yes. So don't worry. If you're not the top person on the leaderboard, that doesn't mean you won't get rewarded, okay? So yeah, everybody, how many of you guys got the Fire Festival dragon last time? So what's really cool about that, it is very limited. Only the people who participate and turn in, this is for an example. We say anybody who turned in 40 of the resources get the dragon. I'm not saying that's the number, just saying for example. So anybody who turned in 40 of the resources over the whole festival got the legendary edition Fire Festival dragon for free. Chelsea says it was 300 last time. I promise you, it won't be the same as last time. It may be 315. It may be 325. It could be 250. We like to keep you guys guessing, right? So, and all that's completely free. It's a lot of fun. And double ascension points, that's a big deal too. So if you're saving up for those Hydra dragons, this is the time that you need to go through all those eggs and all those dragons you've been holding for double points. But like I said, all information on how that's going to go down is going to be posted next week when it starts. Any questions about the festival, guys? Anna, I'm going to have to look back, but I don't think You got found more of a resource because you used a water dragon to find it. But I will have to confirm. Yeah. But it's super easy, guys. You dig, and as long as you're wearing your dress, and you can dig anywhere. You can be out shopping at I don't know, whatever your favorite shopping event is, Famished or Uber or whatever. Or not Uber. What is that called? Is it Uber? Maybe it is Uber. I don't know. I'm like, Uber is one. Okay, I was like, maybe Uber is just on my mind. And then I thought, that's a damn car service. What do you think, Ava? But yeah, so you can dig everywhere. Yeah, free advertisement. Can we start digging now to prep for the specific item? It's not available yet. But if you don't know how to dig, this is the time over the weekend. Take the time, watch the YouTube video, learn how to dig. Okay. Are we doing anything at Shop and Hop? Not currently, Destiny. You do wish the dragons would shrink to dig sometimes. Some silver traits. Okay. A silver dragon. So like I said, Monday, I'll get some information out on what you got to look for, how it's going to work, and when we will officially start. Before we go, apprenticeship, legal NDAs, learn to help out the team, maybe with help with the workload. I don't know. I just think you would be neat to learn. Okay. All right. So anything else? If you are new, we are so glad you are here. Welcome to the Crazy Mystical Creatures family. Like I said, we do these meetings every last Friday of the month at 1 p.m. Any questions for anybody up here that you want to ask? If you have a burning question you've always wanted to ask Josie, now is the time to ask. Nobody? Anything? She's not going to answer that one. Well, we're certainly happy you're here. And like I said, if you guys ever need help and you don't know where to turn to and you don't know which avenue to go to solve your problem, please reach out. All right, thank you for coming. Let me thank Josie, TM, Chronic, and Lex for being here with me today. I appreciate each of you guys taking time out of your day to come listen and learn, and watch for those notices on Monday, guys, about the uber cool water festival that we're going to be doing.